Walmart thought it was wise to celebrate Juneteenth by selling specialty ice cream. The Great Value brand has removed the Juneteenth ice cream designed to celebrate African-American culture, emancipation, and enduring hope. The retail giant received tons of backlash from the ice cream on social media. It has since responded. Juneteenth holiday marks a celebration of freedom and independence. However, we received feedback that a few items caused concern for some of our customers, and we sincerely apologize. We're reviewing our assortment and will remove items as appropriate. Now, of course, Juneteenth was a day in 1865 when Union soldiers told the slaves in Galveston, Texas, that they were free. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, Juneteenth was a state holiday in Texas, and last year it became a federal holiday. I mean, Mustafa, you would swear these folk ain't got nobody black working there. Like, nobody. And you think Juneteenth ice cream was gonna fly? Walmart, what the hell was that?
Well, you also got to look at Walmart senior management and their board as well. That would help you to have a better understanding of some of these just ridiculous missteps that they're doing. You know, my message to Walmart is if you want to truly support Juneteenth, then pay your black workers a better wage. Make sure that they have the benefits that they deserve. You know, many of them were out there on the front lines during COVID because, you know, they had 24-hour stores and people continually coming in. So if you truly want to honor your Juneteenth, support our organizations and support your black workers with better wages and better benefits.
The thing that's hilarious to me, I mean, Lauren, you're going to love this one. So me and my team with Urban Edge Network, we did a call with Publicis, this unit of Publicis that handles the multicultural account for Walmart. And we were told that the deadline had already passed for advertising and marketing around Juneteenth. Now, even though we've been trying to do business with them for 2 years, somehow we didn't get the phone call about it. We probably could have advised y'all, don't do some Juneteenth ice cream.
Absolutely. I mean, that right there, that's like the ice cream equivalent of Pat Boone singing Tutti Frutti. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking or what that was about. I don't know. They didn't even bother to like jazz up the font or anything. I mean, I don't know. Who knows what the hell this was about other than just complete ignorance and having no diversity on your team. It's just odd. You know, they thought they could throw that out there and make money off of it. I have no idea. And of course, now it's big, fat, and embarrassing. It's a big PR disaster. But I just find that story to be crazy.
Well, but it goes to show you how these companies simply look to try to make money off of these holidays, and that without understanding that ain't what Juneteenth is about. So this ain't like the holiday, like we do the other holidays, Robert, where they got mattress sales and everything else. No, that one not gonna fly.
Yeah, and also for the Walmart diversity team, I have some notes. One, a red velvet cake and cheesecake flavored ice cream, that doesn't taste like freedom. I mean, that's not what we fought and died for red velvet cake and cheesecake flavored ice cream. So I'm recommending something along maybe a peach cobbler flavor for next year's Juneteenth line, or maybe work with some black designers and some black cooks and some black companies. So if you're going to be profiting off of Juneteenth, you actually put that money back into black communities. Also, maybe don't release it under your great value line, as if it's the cheapest, most cookie cutter ice cream you can think of. And also, how would you put some black art on the cover instead of the generic high five? Because if you look at the wider picture, they have the Juneteenth ice cream right next to the Pride Month ice cream, which is also June, and that's the exact same picture, the exact same font, well, just with a different color rainbow on it, a different flavor. So if you want to do it, actually work with the black community, hire some black people to help you design it, put together an entire campaign around it, use this as an opportunity to donate to some black causes. There are ways that you can do this, but having great value Juneteenth cheesecake and red velvet ice cream probably was not the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's not uh, that's not really smart or wise. All right, y'all. I'm just, and again, I mean, and so, we had a conversation, and, I'm going to be, I was supposed to send last week, but Doug McMillon is the CEO of Walmart. I actually did the MLK Day speech at Walmart in Bentonville, Arkansas. There may have been, I think it was 2018 or 2019. And one of the things that I said and I was speaking to the employees all across the world, what I said to them was, Walmart, because of its size, because of its scale, Mustafa, they have the ability to literally impact the rest of business. I mean, look, there are multiple daily flights from New York City to Bentonville, Arkansas. Let's be real clear. The only reason that there are daily nonstop flights to Bentonville, Arkansas and New York City is because of Walmart. We understand that. We know that. And so this is one of those examples where you've got to have folk who are making decisions who go, that's not probably going to fly. And so I would say to Doug McMillon and the Walmart team, examine your entire infrastructure, your decision making when it comes to things along those lines. And I was reaching out to him anyway, because again, we've been making it clear to a lot of these companies the importance of black-owned media and advertising, and my team was not satisfied with the calls that we've had with the company handling their advertising. And we've been telling these companies, you know what? Why don't you take this stuff out of the hands of your advertising agencies and put it in the hands of the companies and deal direct with us black-owned media, because that ain't cutting it.
Walmart makes a huge amount of money on black and brown folks. So, whether we're talking about, the supply chain and how they could do a much better job there around contracting and subcontracting opportunities, the areas that you often highlight and we put a spotlight on this show, all the media sets of opportunities that they could better support, that could push others to do the same thing. Because the reality is, there are a lot of folks in the business world who follow what Walmart does and decisions that they make, because they are such a huge part of what's happening in that space. But once again, if you're not willing to take a hard look at yourself, if you're not willing to also bring in the voices and those who have the tools that are in place to actually make sure that you have a stronger and more authentic process, if you're not going to support black media, then you're going to continue to have huge gaps, and you're going to continue to make, these mistakes that hurt your brand.
Indeed. And so, this is just one of the things that we just keep making clear over and over and over again when it comes to these companies, when it comes to, the spending of resources. And I got to tell you, it's amazing to me when we're talking about this stuff, and we're trying to walk people through how some folk really don't get it, they really don't understand the nuances of business. So let me I give you a perfect example. And so when we talk about these companies in terms of what they're doing and how they're operating with different things, is that you have these companies at a large scale. And so let's say they do business with an African American. Well, all of a sudden, if they want to put that product on the shelves and ramp up, a lot of our businesses don't have the ability to actually compete because these companies are paying 120 days, 180 days. So what's happening is they literally, Robert, we black-owned companies can't afford to literally float businesses for 4 to 6 months and not get paid. Well, then what happens is that sometimes these large companies like a Walmart, they may decide to then, the product didn't sell like we thought it. So then all of a sudden they do less orders. So then what happens is you've ramped up. Now you got to also scale back. So when we're talking about this notion of where's our money, we're talking about resources, we're talking about how to build and how to build capacity with black-owned businesses. It also means these companies sitting down with people to understand the processes in terms of how they make decisions and how they impact us in a totally different and unique way. This is one of those examples where internally something seriously got screwed up, where some unit thought it was a great idea to slap some Juneteenth ice cream on the shelf. But the other deal is, if I'm Walmart, if I'm Doug McMillan and my team, you know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here saying, hey, you know a great way to actually celebrate Walmart? Let's highlight the Black-owned products that are in our stores, and we're items that we're carrying on the shelves. How about you start thinking about what are the Juneteenth displays? Because if you want to talk about freedom in Black people, economic freedom is something we can talk about, or what I call Black economic social justice.
You're absolutely right. And I think most of us remember it was just 2 years ago when you had almost every major corporation in the country pledging tens of millions, if not billions of dollars to Black businesses, to Black nonprofits, to Black organizations, to social justice organizations. And here we are, well, 2 years out, the anniversary of George Floyd being killed is coming up. And absolutely almost none of that money has actually been distributed. These people talked a good game about what they were going to do to help bring Black businesses in, to help cultivate Black innovation, to hold seminars and training classes to teach people about ramping up, getting government contracts, all sorts of things that needed to happen. And those promises have gone unheralded. So when you talk about voting, you also talk about voting for your dollar. You need to look into exactly who these people support, where they are investing their resources, and if they're actually holding up their end of the bargain on these things before you decide to shop with them versus a competitor, because there's no reason you should be financing people who are not willing to help your own community.
And again, this is one of those things I keep saying over and over and over again. So hopefully the folks in Bentonville have figured out this really wasn't a wise idea. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Hold no punches.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay Black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?